since the moment I spotted you, like walking around with little wings on my shoes. My stomach's filled with the butterflies. Must have been something I ate last night. But it's alright, bouncing around from cloud to cloud. I got the feeling like I'm never gonna calm down. If I said I didn't like it, then you know I lied. Every time I try to talk to you, I get tongue-tied. Turns out everything I say to you comes out wrong and never comes out right. So I'll say, why don't you and I get together? Take on the world, be together forever. Heads we will, tails we'll try again. So I say, I'm not as young as I used to be. Can't just go around in circles. 3 strikes, we're both out. Don't you and I hold each other, fly to the moon and straight on to heaven. 'Cause without you, they're never gonna let me in. When's this fever gonna break? I think I've handled more than any man can take. I'm like a lovesick puppy chasing you around. Da-da-da-da-da. But that's alright. Bouncing around from cloud to cloud. I got the feeling like I'm never gonna come down. If I said I didn't like it, then you know I lied. Every time I try to talk to you, I get tongue-tied. Turns out everything I say to you comes out wrong and never comes out right. So I say, why don't you and I get together? Take on the world, be together forever. Heads we will, tails we'll try again. So I say, why don't you and I hold each other, fly to the moon and straight on to heaven. 'Cause without you, they're never gonna let me in. Down, 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 da, 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 down, 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 down. And slowly I begin to realize this is never gonna end. Right about the same time you walk by and I say, oh, here we go again. Oh. Get 2 objectives for this stream. Play some really solid bullet chess. Get my rating above or close to 2,000 again. And learn that song on guitar. My previous stream that I recorded before my 8-hour card dealing shift, I mentioned how I would recommend learning chess and how I would have approached chess if I could rewind to COVID lockdown, which who wants to go back to COVID lockdown, am I right? That day I did. I just sat at home all day, did nothing. Now my boss wants me to come to work for money. Pros and cons to everything in life, I guess. But if I could go back to COVID lockdown when I was learning chess, I would have played speed chess and reviewed it. I've done a lot of things right, done a lot of things dumb. I could write a book on how to maximize your online chess potential. I'm so sick of people acting like 900 is their pinnacle. They'd be more excited to reach 900 in online chess than to win the lottery. And that's sad. Not because anyone should be embarrassed of their current ability, but when I was young and training for sports, my Gramps recommended, and my Gramps is not super athletic, but he's wise. He said, Dayton, when you're running that 40-yard dash thing, imagine you're running 50 yards or way past the finish line. I bet that'll make you run a little bit faster. He's incorrect, but the logic is sound. If you're so focused and I have to get this 40 yards done, I have to be as fast as possible here. And that's all you're looking to. But if you're looking past it, then his thinking was that would push us farther. We wouldn't be thinking about slowing down. Good idea. And we should approach chess the same way. For my brain, and I'm unique, I cannot multitask. I would say that's probably just best practice. But when I was learning, I would play maybe 3 games before I would review. But now it's more complicated. I tell myself, I'll play this game, and I'll just review that one later, and I'm just on a run here. I'm got my momentum going. But then I just downward spiral, and I never review any of them. So I'm going to review the game I won at work. I played some unrated games, but I wouldn't pay attention to my unrated games. I know some fellow chess enthusiasts who join my streams look at my games a little bit. In my unrated games, I'm literally just screwing around, handing away positional advantages, bouncing my knight back and forth to screw with them, depending on their rating, to try to make it even. I really just don't have time to play a rapid game on my breaks. I'm not going to jeopardize my rating. So unrated it is. But here is the game I played at work. Got it to 1936. It's hard for me to say, oh, this game was bad or this game was good, because I don't know much about bullet chess. It's not talked about. I know really good chess players or even experts at the St. Louis Chess Club play some bullet chess, but it's not like a measure of ability. So I would assume this is pretty poor quality. I know that is. And the only real learning opportunity here is, yeah, try to overload that pawn. I missed the best idea. I'm assuming I should have taken that pawn at some point, right? I thought it said so. Yeah, okay, now I can do it. Because, yeah, when that goes back, your rook can't leave the defense of the bishop. And your bishop can't reach that pawn until this pawn moves. So I have your rook. Yeah. So not bad. Good enough to win. I'm going to respond to my daily challenges. We're going to get after it. What's my plan here? It was probably to do that. My daily challenges I treat a little bit like my speed chess. I want to win them, but I'm also experimenting a lot. Because people could totally cheat in the daily games. Oh, yeah, I moved my king there. That's right. Okay, so I can either go here, make the knight move, or if you want to defend it, that will at least open up my bishop's line to hit you. Or I can go ahead and just take. Probably either is fine. Let's have some fun with it. Okay, so you have to go
I forget it does that. So you have to go there or there. If you go there, I'll check you. You can't go after it. I'll get your rook. Big J, one of my favorite chess athletes to play. I should think about moves. I shouldn't really do that. But... Okay, let's get a few in. Then I got to let my dog out. There we go. Cool. Only way I can play bullet chess. I don't know if I'm broken. This is what I got used to. But I can only play on my iPhone. Yeah. That's lazy as shit. They're extra annoying when the pawns get that deep. In bullet chess, you can't do shit about anything. Yeah. I'm going to toy with you some. It's a great move. Great move by me there. Gosh, that's terrible by me, though, to even give you a prayer. See, and this is where a good player, like I just know that once I get that pawn there, it's going to eat you alive, and you're not good enough to do shit about it. So I'm just going to trade everything, even the time it's going to take you to try to get that pawn. You're just not going to figure it out in time at this level. You can't get there, which I would say, I don't know, if you flip the board, I probably would have anticipated the pawn being there. It's hard to say. But there's not like a quick, easy way for an amp player to figure out how to get that pawn. And until you get that pawn, I'm going to eat your time. I'm going to eat your space. And that's good enough. Barely. Be very careful with checks in bullet chess. It's probably just human nature. Oh, shoot, my king got hit. I pause, even though there's no risk. But that pause can be the difference almost in flagging and not. Okay, so we're back to 1944. So you wanted me to Yeah, E3. I would see E3 if I had time. You just want me to play A3. Yeah, see, these are things that's why bullet or even blitz chess for that match pretty hard because those are not difficult tactics to spot, even for a player of my level. You only have 60 seconds to find everything. It's fascinating. And I'm starting to think there might be some benefit. I was pretty anti-speed chess, even blitz. I'm starting to see it. It could be valuable. Okay, I'm back in the top 0.7 percentile. My peak is 2021 in bullet. Hey, I passed one of my friends. Which friends are ahead of me? Yeah, of course, the two masters. Is Jesse on? Did Jesse unfriend me? That would hurt my feelings. No, I don't know the guy. Maybe he doesn't play bullet chess. Yeah, so I know you're good at it. Yeah, but I'm about to pass all of them. So I'll be number 4 without much effort. All of my friends in front of me are not in front by much. Cool. What's happening? Don't do this to me. Breaking myth. How are you, my friend? You reached 6:30. Yeah, you did. Hey, Captain Kurt. You reached 6:30. It's gonna be 16:30 soon. You'll see. I believe in you. You're gonna love this stream, Captain. Okay, I don't know that I hear that yet. I'll pull off. This is where some formal training would help me out a lot. I need to have my middle finger there, I think. That'll work. Is it? Okay. What's that? How do I do that? I don't know what that means when it says 13 bend to 50. You can't bend a string to another. You can't bend it up. You can only bend. You can't bend a note, or you can only bend the note. You can't bend it to another note. Oh, okay. So is it? Since the moment I spotted you, like walking around with little wings on my shoes.
My stomach's filled with the butterflies. Shoes, butterflies. I'm never gonna calm down. You know I lied. Every time I try to talk to you, I get tongue-tied. Turns out everything I say to you.
One more time. I need to listen to the song again too. No, okay, so it's no, okay.
Down, 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 down.
Now I'm out of frets. That's where he's at. I guess he's using that B flat. I forget my damn major scale there, because it's all fine until that. So I guess these, I think it's still true to there, but now it's not true. Yeah. I forget to do it. Okay. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I want this one. This will be fine. Okay, so root whole half, root whole half, root whole half, whole no, root whole half, whole and then any major. The seventh is a half step down from the root. So then we start root, whole, half, whole. Let's screw with that a little bit. This is fun. This is the extent of my musical training, is me sitting here with Google and my notebook during COVID lockdown. There are two most common patterns for any given scale. I assume when he says minor, he means a natural minor scale. What the fuck is that? What's a natural minor scale? It's just a minor scale, and you could just not say natural, right? It's just a minor scale that we all know and love. Minors, yeah, it's fucking fine. Root, whole, half, whole, half, whole. Yeah, don't call it a natural, just call it a minor scale. And music people try to get smart on me. See, and that's where you'd have to play so much guitar to even be half as good as those guys. There's so, I mean, it's almost endless. I mean, this looks so much more simple than some other instruments or chess, but it's not. There's so many locations you can do similar things. There's so many. It's really interesting. It's vast. You'll never completely solve music either. Okay, I'm gonna let my dog out before I get carried away here. In the meantime, Hans Demon finished second behind Levon Aronian. So please admire American Sensation. I'm typing what I'm saying. I'm tired. The future of chess, Hans Niemann. Hans Niemann. There they are. Yeah. That'll work. Yeah, there he is. No, I don't want. I just want to look at Hans. To admire the talent. Yeah, there he is. Let my dog out. I'll be right back. Oh. We'll go get on it. Either way's fine. You used to play guitar 2 years ago? Did you forget how it works? It's not like riding a bike. I doubt you forgot how to play entirely. Sorry. Sarcasm keeps me lonely. That was Hans Niemann. Bobby, I won't go down that rabbit hole. I don't feel like it. Bobby Fischer was a lunatic. He was hateful. He was misogynist. And he was amazing. He was America's only hope. He was the only human on planet Earth that could touch, I would say, the top 5 Russians, let alone smoke Boris Spassky. Smoke. Wasn't close. The Russians stood no chance. They had a machine behind the best player in the world, or second best player, Spassky, at the time. And Bobby Fischer went alone. He didn't sleep. He was losing his mind. And all he did was kick the shit out of the second best player on the planet. There was no debate. Every Russian knew Bobby Fischer was in a different class than Spassky. Again, Bobby Fischer could not shut up. Bobby Fischer makes some of the stuff I say on social media or Hans Niemann says in interviews sound like the most politically correct church sermon. Bobby Fischer would just not show up. I'm not playing the world championship. Well, you can't do that. You're a chess player. He was nuts. And who was America's number 2? Whoever America's number 2 or the world number 3 would have got smoked by Spassky. My point, Hans Niemann's not worse than Bobby. I don't know him. He might be fine. He might be an asshole. But it's so disgusting to do what they're doing to Hans Niemann and then to drag it on for views. That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what Hans Niemann calls the chess mafia is doing. Chess is not an exciting game. And until you can understand it, you can't appreciate it, and you never watched it, buy merchandise, play it. So they needed a story. And when Magnus Carlsen refused to play Hans, that's convenient. That's convenient. They're the sickest. I don't know them. But what they did there is the sickest, just shittiest thing to do in all of business. Even in major sports, when a man is falsely accused, sometimes if he's not a really big star or in his prime, maybe he's a star that's past his prime, he's probably screwed. But American football, baseball has enough eyeballs and money where people are going to want to know the full story. They're going to think about it a little bit. They're not just going to see it on the news and say that person's a cheater. Now in chess, aside from the established chess community, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Hey, anal beats. Yeah, it's weird that he likes anal beats up his ass. I don't know. And that's the story. And those are the people you think are going to become interested in chess as a result of the story. No, they say, that's kind of weird. What's going on? Okay, maybe not. But just the fact that they don't want to think about it is another reason it's so cruel to do what you did to Hans Niemann. I want no part of that. I would say most chess people are fantastic, especially the people I play with at tournaments and stuff. All the hashtag call it out, hashtag me too stuff. I've got a few friends, but they're old, like my grandpa's age, because they've got nothing to gain by saying I did something. I'm pretty likable to old people. I like old music. I can't tolerate a lot of new rap songs. I tend to prefer impressive guitar solos. And I don't understand how beats get made. So I'm sure that's equally impressive, but I don't get it. So I don't want to hear it. My dad is pretty cultured. So I know about some events, bands, shows that were older. I just get along with old people well. But aside from them, I'm not talking to anybody very long because hashtag call it, hashtag me too. It's over. Bye-bye. Really. And I'm not saying that some of the stories aren't justified. I'm just saying it's not worth it. So I'm in, I'm out. No hard feelings. That's just the way it is now. And the only chess event I went to was the 2022 Sinkfield Cup right when I moved to St. Louis. All right, I'm going to go top my way into a job. I didn't know chess was going to be, it's not easy, but to get where I'm at is easy. And I just knew all the streamers talking about $1,800 for an adult is impossible. Online, and at that time I probably wasn't even 1,500. I'm like, okay, I need to talk my way into a job, go meet people. And then the Hans Niemann stuff came out. And with the earliest chess people who understood, Magnus Carlsen was just pissed, and the chess.com business deal was going on. I was right there with the earliest people to say there's no evidence. I get this because I worked in corporate. They didn't like him, and they're fucks. Levon Aronian, who just won the Vegas freestyle, he seems like a class act. And there are many. I would say the majority of grandmasters are. And Levon Aronian, when that Hans Niemann stuff happened, he said, come on. This is ridiculous, I think. I think he even said something about the younger generation, hinting at, okay, they don't like the younger generation taking over. But there's no evidence. You don't do that. That's beyond competitive. That is, you are a monster. You are hurting your game. And Levon Aronian, along with a few others, kind of said that's not right. Anish Giri's as well. And that's stereotypes that you don't want people talking about or being proved true. Chess people are different. I'm different. I wouldn't want a whole lot of friends like me. Pray to a God that I don't believe in. All the time. All the time. Don't make me this way. I don't want to think. I don't want to. I like sitting alone playing chess. He's miserable. Oh, we're thinking, get the fuck away from me. I like this. I could sit here all week and just play chess. But overall, it's not healthy. I should go find a wife and stuff, but I don't want to. My point is, it's not a compliment. Like, for people to view a group that way. How I view myself, I guess. Super smart. What are they doing? I have to know they're just picking me apart. It's all a game. That's what you did to Hans Niemann. That stereotypes getting proved true. And they can do things like get streamers that are newer and try to have them grow the game. And that's fine. That's a good thing to do, probably. But at the end of the day, you're making pretty women money and getting them a little more famous. Like Emily plays chess and some others. You're not growing chess. To grow chess, you have to get those people good enough to not get beat in 10 seconds blindfolded by a master, because then you can promote the masters. But you can't ever put those people up against even an expert. So you're helping content. You're helping online chess, but you're not helping. Don't think you're helping chess players for a second at all. With the Hans Niemann ignorance, you're protecting the integrity of the game. I worked in it, man. I worked in it. I will fucking hit somebody. Not really. Not really. There's no need to go after a young man's reputation with no evidence. But I have 12 years left. I'm 30. Levon Aronian is 42 and still playing at the highest level, apparently. I'm going to do it until I either get banned, which in the world of content, you have to kind of be this way to stand out or even survive. And if I ever say something that's too far, I hope that we're not so past the middle ground that I don't get a warning. With 12 years, I've still got a lot of good mental energy. And Levon Aronian reminded me, all I got to do is be consistent. How exciting. It's just a phase. Is he almost done? Is he almost done? Nope. But I am getting a little more like Hans Niemann, though. I like players at my level, but they're too busy to really pursue chess seriously, like I need to catch up. And every person has to start somewhere. There's always stories. Oh, I just felt like I was snubbed. And maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I think some competitive people make up fake stories just to have an enemy or have some extra motivation. But I watched Tyler 1 get his ass kissed while I was Uber driving. That Emily plays chess, which I like her. I think she's really good. I think she's nice. She's well spoken. She looks a little like closer to my age, probably. So she might have some previous business experience. I don't know, but she's pretty professional. But they've handed some people opportunities, and it seems at that age you had to reach out and get her to do it. There's got to be some incentive initially. Like most people, unless it's COVID lockdown, don't randomly just get that excited about chess. So she's a partner with chess.com. Probably you just threw her into it, and good for her, because I don't want it. But all those things, I'm not the type, nor are most who are really creative, to just say, oh well, yeah, you're a bigger streamer. Levy Rosman's a big streamer, and so if I grow and I keep working and I keep getting better chess numbers, then oh well, now I've earned the chance to be with Levy Rosman. I don't dislike him. I don't want to know him, because Tyler 1's a grandmaster for talking shit on your peers. You're growing the game to help your peers, and then you're going to let Tyler 1 tell your peers their life has no value and chess is easy, bro, and mispronounce their names. You're not fucking helping chess, man. You're helping yourself, and that's totally cool. I'm the type to want to work with people or want to get to know them when they're nobody. In part because I know that anyone worth a shit, once they are somebody, or if they are somebody, they'll say, Dayton Carr thought he was too good. And I would never want to be like a poster boy or a trophy for, look, anyone can learn chess. Download the app. Now, watch me get better than Anna Cramling, other professional streamers, by rating. I don't dislike them. And I think they're probably happier than me. They're enjoying life. They're creating content. They're doing what they love. But that'll be a story. And that'll be what grows your game. And I want nothing to do with them. Aside from autographs, I'm a fan. Go see if Tyler 1 can help you out after he's done talking shit on Grandmasters. Playing the cow. I like the Tyler 1 stats. He's playing bullet chess using the cow opening, and he can't get past 1400. You're going to see in this stream and in previous ones that when I'm locked in bullet chess, I'm well above 2000. Rapid, he's no good compared to me, and he shouldn't be, because I'm playing over the board and stuff. My point is, if you're going to promote an objective game, whether you like me or not, whether you like Hans Niemann or not, Tyler 1's a genius. He's an adult, and we didn't know. Oh my gosh. Yep. And if there's a video made about me or a thumbnail, and part of my motive for pursuing chess and entertainment is the H-1B visa program is what affected me during COVID. I was an adult. I wasn't a kid. I'm not a kid. Had a real job, and that was bullshit. Google the H-1B visa program. And I knew if I wanted to blast it or probably even go to court, just how fed up America is and how concerned a lot of Americans were after the COVID era. That's the most controversial immigration program. It's not immigration, it's temporary work, but temporary work program we have. But I don't want to be known for that. Did I pay the price? Was there a lot of emotional pain? Did they harass my mom for shit? I had to sell my house. Yeah, it was hard. And it was wrong. And I probably deserved a lawsuit. I wouldn't give them the satisfaction. And I want to be known for someone who said, fuck it. That sucks. Life's hard. I lost a friend to suicide. I know the Katie Meyer Stanford goalie who killed herself. That's a sad story, similar to what I went through. An investigation that was not done properly. And I would argue mine is worse, but she was younger, so it's different. What am I going to do? At that time, all I knew was tech. All my connections were at Walmart, and I wasn't going to get a job elsewhere. Because if in that world you're marked, Amazon doesn't probably want you. It's just a mess. But if I can get good at chess, then I can use that story for something positive. Hope it doesn't happen to the next person. Then I'll have a platform that I earned, as opposed to good luck, bad luck to have the evidence. And no. And my story just kept getting better because I had to go handle everything on my own. No one replied to my applications. Aside from some of those older gentlemen who I consider my friends that are my level or a little below, no one was nice to me. The St. Louis Chess Club held events that are very good, and they were good to me. They did what they did for all the athletes, but I paid for them. And I reiterate, Tyler One's fans aren't chess.com members. I promise you that. Larry Fitzgerald's fans are football fans. They just know Larry plays chess. You need a chess player. When you're looking through your applications, see if you can find any who sold 2 homes, taught himself from scratch, moved for chess to a chess city in America. I've won a few tournaments. My over the board numbers are respectable, slightly above average club player, and I'm young for an adult improver, I guess. I just started. I've worked. I don't know what I'm doing. If I get an opportunity or my content makes more money, I will be at the chess club so much. And you'll find nothing like my story, like my personality. Look at Eminem or others, and I'm nowhere near that out there. Tech 9. Controversial. A lot of people didn't like him there. Rap is a whole new animal now. It appeals to completely different people that never would have bought a rap disc ever without Eminem. Now white rappers are the norm. Not the norm, sorry. But not unwelcome because of Eminem. Not because another really good rapper who happened to be African American made it, like a grandmaster. Being another grandmaster, it's impressive. No one cares. And my response will always be, why don't you see if Tyler One wants to play half-assed chess after he's plateaued for his League of Legends fans? Hey, Tyler, you almost done with that chess game? We're in the League of Legends. That's cool. You play chess. It's not going to work for you, and I don't care. Okay, but I'll grow your platform for free. I will get social groups fired up about it that you didn't even know existed, that Hikaru Nakamura, Magnus Carlsen, and Alexander Botez, and Levy Rosman, and all of them combined couldn't get to give a fuck. And in exchange, just don't ever talk to me. I don't want a dime. Question my sincerity. Is he real like chess, or is he just trying to get some attention? Move to St. Louis, look at all my games. In part, I have a dog, so I couldn't really go do a lot at the club. That's why I played a lot of online. Another relatable story for adults you're trying to get interested in chess. Dealt cards overnight. Well, Tyler One got chances to win money in Pop Champs. And just don't speak to me. And there's your money and new members. It's what you wanted, right? Just try not to ruin another American Grandmaster's life before he hits his prime. That'll be our deal. Captain Kurt reached 630. Captain Kurt, you're going places. You've been going places since I've known you. Some of the places appears you're already there. Great job. Let's look at a few of Captain's games. Still playing those long games, man. I wouldn't, but it's working for you so far. If you hit some plateaus, I would strongly recommend not doing the 30-minute stuff. It's just a lot of time when you could have got numerous games in, unless you're actually using every bit of that clock constructively in your mind. I think it's just a lot of time to make a move. That might not be on the list of candidate moves anyway. captain's perspective. It's a good job. You be careful committing those pawns, man. You like to do that sometimes. But having a queen sure helps. Having the opponent's queen sure helps. Great job, Captain. Great job. Good stuff. Breaking myth is close to 1,000. Forget what he was at last time we talked. What is it with these long games, guys? My chess arm is confusing me, but I was talking a little bit about what led me to chess. It's a hurtful experience for your peers to not want to hear your thoughts or let you explain. Just get rid of them. No, maybe I'm wrong about these 30-minute games. It's not how I would do things if I could rewind time, but good job. Looking from the wrong perspective again. See, those little things there. Like, this is a little bit of a step up from the 600 game we just saw. But still, not everyone's going to see that. That's where I just think it's so close. It's cruel to make it seem like, well, okay, I shouldn't say that. It's not wrong that even online, which is not real chess at all, it's not wrong to say there's a big gap between 1,600 or 1,500 and where I'm at. It's true. How fast did you see that? I might just be giving checks, but you can the things it would take to get to that next level are more things that could be discussed, not things that have to be drilled to death. Like seeing this, it's not like it's crazy advanced or anything, but it's good. I don't remember exactly, how people played at each tier, what I call tier of online chess, but I feel like that's pretty common for thousands. Or pretty common for thousands to just like be counting. So I give a rook away. Like breaking myth is anticipating better, is what I'm saying. And sometimes when they anticipate, it's not so easy to anticipate that you also have to give a check. Like you're anticipating moves, but to anticipate that your queen's in jeopardy, you do understand that your queen's defending your bishop. So you can't just do that because then you just have an even trade. So you're going to dodge with the queen. That's good. It's very good. And you just work with them a little bit more. And you can get these athletes, if they're serious about trying and focusing, to gain a lot of rating really quickly. Good job. It's good. Let's play a few more bullet. Oh, no, I want to look at the puzzle I did. It's a good puzzle. No, that's not the way I do this. I'm playing on my phone so much, I kind of forget how to navigate the online or the laptop version. So puzzles. I usually go this way. It's probably not the best way to go. Yes. Good puzzle. Took me a second. Okay, we're looking at overloading this pawn, but there's no way to really do it. Count captures 3. And I have 1, 2, 3. So then you look at something like that to add pressure. But there's so many ways you could handle it, such as that would be the most logical because then the rooks are no longer threatening. And pretty quickly you see that we're going to try to move that bishop, which is why the solution is boom. And then your white is 1 move away from getting the bishop trapped with that. So if you go I feel like the puzzle didn't have the opponent defend the way I would have or something. I don't know. I do these on my break, so I only have a short amount of time. Yeah, so obviously. So why didn't you do? Yeah, that's what I would have played. So I forget why you wouldn't. So I'm threatening your queen. So then when I go, okay, oh, that's kind of tricky. Okay, then you play back. And then why not? And then rook b4. And then you're looking at mating. Yeah. That's why it's important not to just guess your way through the puzzle. You get a lot of value out of looking at all this stuff. But either way, the advantage is very clear after that. Still, I would have played that. Can't take with the rook. Then it's probably close to even. Lose the queen. So we basically get a bishop. As opposed to the original thought, which is just to overload that pawn. You don't really have a way to do that. Cool. Oh, shoot, I thought I castled. I got it. Got to lock in there. That's nice. No way. See, I can't. That little less bit is killer on the iPhone. Gosh. And now I'm pissed. I need to not do this. Ah, shit. No, Dayton. I'm so pissed off. Gosh. All right, I'm gonna lock in for a few here. I can take that, right? Oh shit. I didn't even see that. It's pretty bad of me. And now I'm just gonna give my queen away, I guess. See, this is not real chess. Oh no. Way to learn from our mistakes. At least we didn't lose on time. Gosh. I should have 2 extra wins right now. Shit. It's not what I wanted to do, but it's fine, I guess. It's usually not a good idea to do shit like that. Lazy bastard. Go ahead. What is masterclass right here? It's called pawn structure. You should learn how to use it. Shit. It's no good. Gosh. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. That's fine. It's not always so easy to. Oh man, you had me smoked there. Damn it. Pina colada is good. I prefer getting beat by intimidating names. This makes me feel a little more confident in myself. It's fine. My horsey will gallop. My horsey likes to gallop. Okay. It's fine. Yeah. You don't want to work too hard here. Rook comes. My bishop blocks and threatens your queen. Either way, I can take that. Shit. That's okay. Bishop comes back. Watch this shit. They can't handle this. See, athletes at this level can't handle shit like this. They're no good. Ah, shit. Take it. I'm not playing very well, though. I'm not playing how I'll need to if I want to get to 2100, which I think is going to be about where I max out right now. 2100. Maximilian Muss. What's wrong? What's wrong, Maxi? Maxi from Sweden. Oh, rematch. Damn it. Knight, please. Good job. Look at you go. Oh, shit. Yeah. Too slow. Too slow, Dayton. Fuck off. I'm going to study the shit out of this bad opening approach by black. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I never play it. I'm not a moron. I leave it to morons to play that shit. Your rook can't come in anything. You just lose stuff. And I don't lack gratitude. I really don't. It's not often that I like gratitude. That's fine. Still not impressed by you. It's easy. They call me the tactician for a reason, because I've earned it. You should look for forks. Pretty elementary. That's fine. Bye, chess coach. Hey, chess coach, maybe you should take some lessons yourself. I like Canadian people. I hate being mean to or about Canadian people, but I also like to think Canadians are competent and you weren't, so maybe you're an imposter. Yeah. That's fine. I'm safe. Safe as can be. I couldn't be any safer. Huh? Oh shit, the bishop is there. Whoops. Yeah, I'm a prodigy. Dickhead. You deserve that. That is actually okay, so I'm being a little bit sarcastic. Damn straight. Can you even spell prodigy? I shouldn't cuss. I don't want to get blocked. Maybe you can memorize the spelling while you admire my account. I own you. But this is serious though. Gotham Chess did a video on this. See, that's why I think I'll not have problems with chess people. I'm not impressed with them, generally speaking. Casey Tyler once asked the cow, "Oh, he's a genius." It's really a bad look. It's really, you think you're being inclusive. It's really just elitist, because it's almost like you need approval for whose ass you can kiss, unless you're just going to go by rating. Any adult that reaches a certain level, especially if they're streaming. Okay, Tyler one's a genius, so am I. But Levy did a good video on this. I don't know if it was strictly for this. It's been a while. But this is how you approach chess when you're losing, online at least. What would the opponent probably do? You're winning by so much, you can basically pre-move, ha, ha, ha. You think like your opponent. And these are the little things that can also add. I mean, because over time, it's not easy to win. Get to a certain level, that's good of me. I messed up. I didn't consider the bishop. It's going to cut that off. So I guess I can't go there to defend mate, so I'm really in trouble. I have to get my knight away. It's all bad for me. It's all bad. So what are you going to not expect me to do? You're not going to expect me to blunder mate. So I did it. And you're probably making the stupid move. This would be more believable if you didn't have 40 seconds left. And I'm going to mate you. But that wasn't an accident. Of course, I don't expect that to work, but I'm screwed anyway. So there, mate me. You probably have some other move pre-moved, or you're thinking about something else, advancing your pawns, lose the chess game. And if you can sneak one of those in every now and then, which at this level that should never happen, but at 1500 level, you're excited, especially if they found some nice combination or you've blundered and it's just kind of frantic. Do it. It'll happen. It'll work not often, but more than you think. And if you can just squeeze out a few games you didn't deserve, that can be the difference in crashing through your next plateau or online goal or downward spiraling. Okay, let's keep going. It'd be great to prove that point I just made. It's those little wins or those little losses that kind of sway your momentum. Now, if I actually set a new peak in this stream, remember that game that got me from 1944 to 1952. I should be in the mid 1930s now, but instead I'm above 1950 again. Thank you. That's also why you never talk trash in speed chess. There's just not time for it, even when you're totally winning. Yeah, you shouldn't really give those pawns back. See, and that though, that's not accidental. I am really trying to control everything with my knights. Now, there's ways that black should have like been ready, so I didn't just get exactly what I wanted. What am I not seeing here? Damn it. That's bad. Bad game. It's concerning when I have a bad game and I didn't use my clock well. No, 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 no. Don't start doing this crap. No, I can do that. No problem. No problem. Do I really want to hide on F? I guess I will. Where do you go with that? Uh-oh. Whoa. No. Gosh. Terrible job. Son of a bitch. No, Dayton, focus, man. Focus. Just focus. It's all focus. So now I have that. Thank you. Man, did I ever need that. So we give random ass checks. That's fine. Good recognition of the time, but I'm still not playing very good. It's concerning. The hell is that? Incompetence. That's what it's called. The word is incompetence. And like my profile says, competence is not for everyone, but especially not for you. Especially not for you, my friend. See, the problem, not a problem, it's not going to be super hard to fix. But I've just kind of memorized how each tier of players play, which is going to develop a lot of bad habits for me. And I think, like, I was watching, I have a list of people that I think should be good at chess. Yeah, well, those are the main two, but I have a list. I don't share everything on stream. I'm curious. I say some shit, but I do try to like do some research and even wait before I say outrageous things. But this guy can't get good. He just can't. Part of it is he's older, but he's brilliant. He's spent his life in a field that has some similarities to chess, so he's trained some similar parts of his brain probably, but he can't get any good, and he puts the time in too. And I've watched him while he's playing a few times. I don't think he just goes to the next game and is manic like I get sometimes. I think he's really trying the right ways. But the only thing I can guess as to why my online rating is pretty respectable, while a lot of people like this who are probably more IQ smart than me, I don't know, never took a test, but they can't figure it out, is I have to be playing in a way that confuses or is different. And another reason I say that, aside from my rating being pretty good, my rating's even higher than athletes at my over the board level. Usually, I quiz them, and I have a good enough sample size to where it's not just a random thing. But so if I am putting these people in different positions they're not used to, and whether they're different or whether they're actually more complicated, for some reason they're blundering. Like they don't blunder that much against other players. Like if you look at my games, you would have looked at them, or a good player looked at them, I'm not winning them. Maybe I'm a little better at seeing mistakes, recognizing them quickly, but I'm not really earning a lot of wins even now. And I feel like when I lose to athletes at my level online, they're beating me. I don't give a ton of games away, especially in rapid. Yet, a lot of my wins, I do get gifts. So I have to be doing something that is just a little bit different. Because I really think a lot of these guys who like this guy worked with Hikaru. I think they could see a lot of the things I see once I get that position. I'm not really intentionally doing it. I do a lot of puzzles, and I have read some at the club. I've read some books, and they have really good material, I'm sure. But the difference has to be mainly the way I'm playing to get to those positions. Because once I get to those positions, that's an obvious one. That's just a blunder. Blundering made him won. But some of them aren't quite that obvious. And I think that once athletes get in these positions, even like Negreanu, who's 800 points lower than me, I think he could see those. I don't know. It'd be interesting to talk to a really good chess player. Or I would think that Chess.com's Fair Play team works with some really elite players who can say that would be something that I would see at my level. And for them to look at my account, I'm not saying I would play moves that consistently grandmasters would be like, that's impressive. But they might be intrigued by how I'm winning these games, just because I have no background in chess until COVID, and I'm not any good at chess. And there's levels to it. But I do win a lot more online games than people who have put in a similar amount of time and are very smart. It's got to be the way I play. Maybe that's an indication I have potential or smart or have some chess ability is I've done my puzzles, I've taken lectures, I've looked at a lot of top level games, but I just kind of figure out how people play at certain levels, and then eventually I don't feel like I'm like a lot of these other people that's linear, and I got to 630 and now I'm at 700. Um, so like Tyler 1 scares me too. It's the people that you got to look out for. If they don't end up in prison, they're going to do some really interesting shit with their lives. And I think I've just kind of naturally figured out how to beat each level of players. They make similar types of mistakes. My bullet game that got me to my peak of 2021 before I downward spiraled. I was basically pre-moving the end game, and they're all bad moves. Right? The opponent should not have been trading stuff, but I knew they were because at that level, that's what they do. And I have a notebook of initially all the things I was trying to learn, the Sicilian defense, breaking down what was actually happening, not just the moves. My first few plateaus, what is the plateau, and what do I think is causing it based on my analysis? And it was usually the same types of mistakes the opponent was making. And once I got to my next plateau, I was stuck. It was a different issue. Like I would expect sometimes if you're at a plateau, you just need to revisit your old issues. Maybe you've redeveloped some bad habits. But it was a new thing. They fucked up in different ways. It was fascinating. And I would say some of the big streamers that do speed runs would find that to be true. They might not have worded it or realized it the same way I just said it, but they all fuck up in different ways at a certain level. You start getting beat enough to where you notice you have a problem. Everyone loses a game. But you start getting beat consistently enough, and then you start to notice trends in the ways you get your ass kicked, and then you have to fix shit. Until eventually I'll reach a level of players that is so good and so trained, probably about, like I said, Cramling's level and the professional streamers. And I think that some of them will turn it on when someone like me gets in their territory, which I'm not far. My blitz rating is 2031. And they'll flip a switch. They'll train and they'll get better than me, and they'll have to, try to catch them again. A lot of it is they just don't try. I don't mean to mean. I like those people. They seem very nice. Especially Anna. That was just the example that came to mind because her rating's not quite as good as Alex and a few others. And Nemo. She's not in Dina Belankai's class, but she's not far. So I just use that as an example. But Anna actually seems like the nicest one. She wasn't talking shit on Neiman. There's no reason to do the buzz jokes, especially when he used to be your friend. That's just fucked up. It's fucked up. Ain't no amount of money. That's why I like the casino. I kind of got the casino job. To move to St. Louis, but also all that censorship and cancel culture shit that was happening during the COVID era. It's adult entertainment. And everyone's nice at the casino, but if they weren't, I can defend myself. I can talk back. I don't have to be your bitch. And I would really get a job like that or be around people who, if the alternative was to say mean things about their friend, which Hans Niemann was friends with the Botezes and stuff. I'll just deal. And I don't want to fuck with that. It's just hateful. I don't need to be ranting. When I get tired, I rant and say I shouldn't. So I'm going to quit. Rest up. I need to take 1 day a week off. That's not the right move. You want the bishop. Yeah, nitpicky bastard. And I'm not going to accuse anyone without evidence, but sometimes I do wonder, which I could debunk the following myth by just looking at people's accounts. And sometimes you'll even see someone or a streamer, and okay, they're actually playing real humans. But it feels like sometimes they just created a bunch of AI bots. They'll make a blunder and say, "Oh, really? That would be if that weren't later in the game where the opponent's already made some human moves and stuff. That would be one that's like, really? It would be in their benefit to create fake accounts, just like Jimmy bot and Luka Doncic bot, Levi Rossman bot. They could just create bots and let them play as humans. Be super unethical, and I don't actually believe they're doing that, but it seems like it sometimes. Because you'll find a 2,000 rated player that just does some stupid shit early. And the timing of which they do it is weird. It's like you thought for 5 seconds and you blundered your queen at 2,000. Shady. Online chess is shady. But I guess you'd argue I am too. So I'm going to go to sleep. Come back rejuvenated. Hope you're playing some chess. Please challenge me. Daily challenges at the late blooming chess project, chess.com. I will not be missing a weekend of over the board chess until I reach 1800. So I've got to be smart about my online play and my streaming. Because like I said, I'm dealing cards. I don't need to do this shit. I love dealing cards. I do it even if I won the lottery. But I can't go all night downward spiral then not make over the board. I can't do that anymore. So I'll be at every over the board event. Bye. It's bedtime.